I think I'll read back a little bit. Okay. Daniel went over and picked up the laptop that Sully was looking at last night. He opened it up and found it still glowing with power, being that it was still plugged into the wall. Daniel did some typing on the keyboard. He then handed the laptop over to Sally and said, "That's the first entry to Niles Neville's journal, going back 7 years before the nuking of the Willis Tower. It was written by him while he was still a Muslim. It will show his evolution and how he ended up being the man that helped get me doing what I'm doing now. If you want, go into my documents and click on my trekking journal, and you can start reading not only Neville's thoughts, but my thoughts. You can see my fears, my hopes and fears, see my desires and imperfections. You can see my battles with doubt and triumphs with faith in a God that, contrary to what you believe, really does love you enough to suffer and die on a cross for you, to hang naked in humiliation for you, a God that loves all people, including the meanest, vilest Muslim. You read those journals, and you will see me believing in a God who is working all things to the glory and counsel of his will, as the Injil says. Yes, the Injil, the book that the Quran tells me, a person of the book, that I have no ground to stand upon unless I stand firm upon it. You can read for yourself Neville's attitude and my attitude toward to God, toward God, girls, people, Muslims, Islam, just about anything you might feel worth checking into to see if I am who I say I am. If you read all that and still have a Muslim point of view of me, Neville, or anything, or any typical kafar, thinking we're still just secretly evil monsters, Allah created to bring down your faith, to test you, to destroy you, then there's no hope for you. You are brainwashed beyond any hope that would probably take a super miracle from God to have you see otherwise. Daniel looked out the windshield and saw the misty-colored sky of dawn. He then said, "And as you read those words, I want you to ask yourself this question. How did Shaitan plan it that you'd end up in a Kafar's truck? A Kafar's truck. So Shaitan would have me writing such words just to later get you doubting Mo, when Mo says Kafars are evil, hate Muslims, and want to secretly destroy you. By the way, isn't Allah supposed to be the best of planners? It's really best of deceivers, but you believe it's the best of planners. So why would Allah have Shaitan have me write all this just to deceive you? Are you that important to Shaitan? Couldn't Allah have thwarted Shaitan's plans and saved you from reading words that will greatly contradict your Muslim beliefs and attitudes toward about me and kafars?" As Sully began to read the words of Neville's diary, it was dawn as another cop car entered the area where the van and first cop car were located. The approaching cop car had two Muslim cops within it, and they looked a bit nervous. The cop walked up to them when they got out of their car and said, "We've got 5 guys here who could be pretending to not know English. You don't mind? You don't mind me? You don't mind ask? You don't mind asking them the questions in Arabic that I'll be asking in English, do you? But before you do, I need to call dispatch." As 2 Arab cops went over to the Muslims from the van, Yeshua Yasser nervously said to them in Arabic, "We came up here to see the new mosque, and we all wanted to pray here at sunset rather than at the mosque at sunset." When later translated into English, the cop who asked for a translator said, "Really? It's awfully cold and snowy out here for praying, don't you think?" Oh yeah, when later translated in English, the cop who asked for a translator said, "Really? It's awfully cold and snowy out here for praying, don't you think?" The Muslims agreed. Muhammad Ziad Jabir said in Arabic, "I thought so as well." The cop then said, "Yet you came out here." After waiting for it to be translated in Arabic, Yeshua Yasser said in Arabic, uh, in Arabic said, "We're only here for a little while. How many times will we be able to see a sunrise over a magnificent canyon like this? I think we will all forget how cold it is, and instead just remember the beauty." Cop smiled when it was translated in English, then asked, "If you came up here to see the sunrise, why are you walking back to your van while it's still dark? The sun won't be up for like an hour from now on. The sun won't be up for like an hour from now." After having translated into Arabic, Yeshua Yasser said in Arabic, "We thought it would be up 40 minutes ago. It was bad timing on our part. After waiting, well, we got cold and decided to go back to the van to get warm and then try it again when it started to look nice." "Really?" smiled the cop. "Yes, really," said Ziad in Arabic. The cop then said, "There have been a rash of carjackings on our interstates lately, not just cars, but big rigs." "Man, really? Man, things are getting bad," said Yeshua in Arabic. The cop then said, "And you see that Love's truck? You see that Love's truck stop way up there, about a mile and a half? Well, last night, a possible trucker was found crushed from the wheels of a big rig. A man without any identification on him and wearing a Marty shirt, crushed nearly as flat as a pancake. In contrary to what the news is telling us, looks like he didn't slip under the wheels from the ice. His throat was, oh, what is the word? Oh, that's right. Slashed," said the cop, miming a fast slashing. Ziad Jabir, who once mimed throat slashing to Daniel Kabashi, flinched on the word slashed. The cop smiled and said, "Oh, so you know so you know even in English the word for slashed, do you? How come I'm not surprised? You all wouldn't know anything about that sort of thing now, would you?" The Muslims looked a little more nervous even before the Arabic was said to them from the two Muslim cops who were looking angry at the cop who was talking in English. The cop went on with, "Oh, and guess what? There's no Marty truck up in that Love's. Isn't that something?" "There was a Marty truck up at that Love's, but not anymore. Video shows it coming and going, though." After the English was translated into Arabic, Yeshua asked in Arabic, after making a gulping sound, "Was the man driving the truck the one who was crushed?" The cop thought and said, "The video is hard to make out, but it seems to be the same trucker who came into the Loves as who came out." "Has anyone reported a Marty truck missing?" asked one of the Muslims in Arabic. "No," said the cop. "But maybe the guy who was crushed had his identity stolen, and the hijacker is going to the destination the bill of lading tells him to not catch early suspicion of the Marty company. Maybe, possibly, the guy crushed was, as what his shirt says he was, a Marty driver. And maybe, possibly, his truck was hijacked between here and North Dakota, where Marty works out of." Yeshua Yasser asked in Arabic, "Bill of lading?" "Right, bill of lading. It usually tells the truck driver the address of where they are to take their load. I'm betting that if the Marty truck is stolen, The evil asshole is following the bill of lading to possibly keep the company in the dark, buying himself more time to take it to a place to have its identity changed. Maybe instead of saying petroleum, it will now say milk, since it looks like a big milk truck anyway. Again, we don't really know if there is a missing Marty truck yet or not. What's that the Marty truck called? Asked Ziad Jabir in Arabic, nervously. The cop smiled and said, enough petroleum to incinerate a town, that's all. And you being Muslim wouldn't know anything about something like that now, would you? All the Muslims remained silent, trying to act like they weren't insulted before it was translated in Arabic for them to respond to, thus not catching further suspicion. The Muslim cops doing the translation looked shifty-eyed. Yeshua Yasser made another gulping sound, then asked in Arabic, is there anything else? The cop smiled and said, yeah. Oh, the cop thought, then said, no, I can't think of anything. You're free to go. The Muslims tried to hide their relief. They waved goodbye to the cop and were just about to enter the van when the speaker from the cop car boomed out, oh, one more thing. Can you tell me where you are from? Ziad Jabir yelled out, we're from Seattle. Oh, he felt sick on the saying of oh. Ziad cringed and continued to walk toward the van. He cringed further when he saw his fellows, including the Muslim cops who served as translators, cringing. For he forgot to speak in Arabic. The cop then said over the speaker, oh, thank you. Yeshua Yasser returned to the van, hoping it didn't register to the cop that Ziad blurted out in English instead of Arabic. He got inside and asked, oh Allah, please don't let it to have registered that you do stupidly said that in English. Yeah. Oh Allah, please don't let it to have registered that you so stupidly said that in English. I feel so dumb, whispered Ziad, trying to act like it was nothing. They looked back and saw the cop sitting in his car, smiling at them. The Muslim cops were sitting in their car looking worried. The cop pulled out a cell phone and started talking on it as he continued to smile almost wickedly at the Muslims in the van. God, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep a long time today, I hope, said Yeshua Yasser. I hope jail has comfortable beds. Men, we're to do salat now. I wonder if we can pray in jail with our mats. Oh, of course we can. He started up the van and was just about to turn around when suddenly the cop car's lights flashed, lighting up the area. Yeah, lighting up the area. Come out with your hands up. Your van is reported as stolen. Boomed the voice of the cop, becoming the patrolman he truly was.